So, this woman has been trying to sabotage me for years. She's been sabotaging, things, and around my life for years. She's been doing that. And she's been working witchcraft, paying, people to, make it seem as though I, am mentally unstable. Though it's to no avail, but she tried anyways. And, it's so funny. A lot of people are gonna lose their jobs due to this COVID-19 pandemic. A lot has already lost their jobs. A lot of people have already lost their jobs, and a lot more people will lose their jobs. And it is judgment, is justice, is to get people to get out of that materialistic frequency and to think on the things that really matters. Frequencies, energies, and waves, currents and flow. And so, if their father were to lose his job, and not be able to support them financially anymore, this whole, I'm not saying completely, because then there is my destiny that they're trying to manipulate. And I spoke about, the connection there, or the similarity rather, where Britney Spears is concerned. But I'm a whole different kettle of fish, because, I'm too smart for, people to bound me in a certain way, because first and foremost, I'm loving. Yeah. And I do not believe, if you, believe I'm mentally unstable or mentally deranged, then I guess I'm not suitable for the workforce. So, your plot to hold on to my children and to, use me, for my money, my wealth, my Jupiter, to, pay you child support, it's just not gonna work. I'm too smart for that. And then, the whole idea of them, holding on to them, lying to the court, lying to the police that I'm mentally imbalanced, so we can keep collecting child support, that too is going to the dogs, because their father will lose his job, whether he has lost his job already, yes or no. It's a prophecy that I received. It will happen. And my Jupiter will come in, my ships will come in, my blessings will come in. I will be the main breadwinner. I will be the only breadwinner for my sons, because the Wheel of Fortune, it's starting up again, and it's gonna turn in my favor. It's turning rather in my favor. After being in drought so long, which wasn't supposed to be, but Spirit allowed it for a greater good, because now when it's coming in, it's gonna come in a greater proportion. It's gonna come, it's gonna be amplified. Let me just say that. All the delays were for a great reason. Spirit allowed them for my own good, so that they would come in this big lump sum, in a huge magnitude. And now that I know my foes and my enemies, now I know how to roll. Yeah, I know how to roll. I don't need to try to, prove to people that I'm wealthy. Sila was lightning. I know I'm wealthy. I don't have to dress a certain way because I'm wealthy. I don't need to draw attention to myself, because I completely understand how people are. who people are. And so now I know how to carry myself. It's cruel intentions, you know? You gotta know how to roll. And so, you know, with their father not being able to financially support them, which might, let me rephrase that. With him not being able to financially support her, let me just say that, because that's pretty much what it was. This whole plot that we had formulated to say I'm mentally, you know, unstable, and blah blah blah, so they can hold on to my kid for chump change. But then again, there was a bigger plot and scheme, like I said, in regards to my destiny. You know, someone gave them something to give me, her something rather, that she's been hiding. And rather than giving me that inheritance, she's been trying to lock me away in a mental institution. Because she's a thief. And no portion or amount of money is enough for her. A woman like her would sacrifice her children, all for financial stability, so she claims, all for wealth, because she so much fears poverty. And you know, I've been telling people the only thing to fear is fear itself, because you have a way of manifesting your fears by fearing them. Yeah. And so when you fear something, yeah, you tend to, by fearing, manifest it. Because that's what you focus on, that's what you feed your energies to. Yeah? And you think so much about it. You feed your energies into that frequency. Yeah? Because you don't want to fall into that frequency. But by, you know, you can't help yourself because you're just not balanced. And balancing yourself would rid you of that fear. And then you would realize, you know, you're scum. You've been a scum. Because all them years being so fearful of that frequency, of poverty, of being homeless, you've been the devil the Bible speaks of. So, you know, with their father, not having the financial means to support them more, you know, pretty much, you know, one aspect or most of that, you know, plot, you know, is gone to shit. Yeah. It's gone to shit. And then you have, you know, them complaining and murmuring and trying to spite the boys, you know, because of, you know, their own lust and greed. And it's like, you said you cared about the boys. You said you were concerned about them. That's why you're, you know, manipulative, fought to take them away from me. You know, destroyed my connections with witchcraft, you know, so that, you know, I wouldn't have a stable home for my sons. So you could latch on to them. Yeah, so you could keep collecting that child support. That's why. Didn't you say you care about them? So why is money an issue? Remember, I am not the one who asked y'all to keep my sons. They went out of their way, yeah, to latch on to them. So, by court order, yeah, which he was the one who suggested, you know, paying $10,000 per week for them, $5,000 per child. Yeah, that's what, $40,000 per month. Yeah. It could have been collecting alimony from him, but like, I'm not that cold. I mean, how the hell is a store clerk gonna suffice taking care of his sons and, you know, pay me alimony And then, trying to start over his life. I'm not cruel. I know I got a good heart because of, Sila Lightning. I know I got a good heart because I mean, I'm not your kid. You're not responsible for me financially, not because we were married. I mean, when the judge looked at me and she asked me, "Are you okay?" In terms of, financial support, because it was known that I was a stay-at-home mother, and the marriage came to an end. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Of course, I wasn't good financially, but what's the use? Now he can start over. He got married. He wants that additional money to, invest in his new family. Most likely he'll procreate with that new woman. I don't really, believe in alimony. Like some women, they might go ham at me for saying that, but that's not something I really believe in, you know. Maybe because I see myself as a valuable woman, you know. Though I'm homeless, I've got values. I've got value. I've got gifts and talents and abilities that, are, worthwhile and important, of great importance. So I don't need someone to take care of me, you know. I mean, of course, I welcome and I appreciate, people supporting me financially, but, to take care of me, it's like, I'm like a responsibility. That makes no sense. And so I know I'm not money grabbing, that these people, they went through lengths to keep holding on to that child support. And, spirit is dismantling that in a beautiful way. And that, if that means him losing his job, then it's beautiful. As horrid as that sounds, but now they're gonna show their true colors, that they weren't holding on to my sons because they cared. It was really because they wanted that money.